You want 2025 to be your year, right? You want 2025 to be this year that you do all the things that you've said you wanted to do, which is probably to get that nice fancy car that's always being posted on social media, to probably travel the world, to be able to go to like nice dinners, maybe in Dubai, maybe Miami. Um, that's probably what you want. But the truth is that your goals and what you have set down on your vision board and that type of stuff, that doesn't really make you different. Everybody wants to live that life, especially at a young age. What does make you different are your actions. And in 12 months, I've radically changed my life to now being in a spot where I have the life I envisioned a year ago. Like, obviously I'll never stop progressing and I'm only just getting started, but I wanted to live where I live now. I wanted the truck that I have now. I wanted to be able to go out tonight on a Friday with my friends and do all that stuff now. And a year ago, I was a college dropout, which I guess I still am a college dropout. A year ago, I was living with my parents. I was driving a 2001 car. Not sure if you could hear that plane. Um, but I was in a pretty not a bad spot because I had just started making money, but I had this idea of the life I wanted to live, and it took 12 months to transform my life. And that's why you click this video, is because you want to transform your life. So I'm gonna make it into a stupid simple process that you could follow in 3 steps. Okay, and the concept that I've named it is, I call it year zero. That's what I now call it. And looking back, that's what I did. And year zero, in my definition, a year zero is a year of transformation. It's a year where you go from how people used to know you to completely unrecognizable and just like a completely different person. Your old friends are like, who the hell's this guy? Right? You want to go through this year zero transformation where you just completely change. And there's 3 ways to actually do it. Okay, these are the 3 things that I did that helped me live the life I live now. And we're going to break it down here together. The first step to changing your life in 2025 is to change your beliefs. The outer conditions of a person's life will always be found to reflect their inner beliefs, by James Allen. The outer conditions, the money, the success, the women, the cars, the crib, all that stuff, that is a reflection of the beliefs that you have inside. And every single person in the world, your family, yourself, you have your own set of beliefs. And you don't realize it, or maybe you do, but the beliefs that you have more than likely been instilled into you since you were a child, and you've developed certain beliefs about the world, about society, about money. And these beliefs that you hold will either serve you or they will destroy you. They go into one or the other. Like, there is no middle ground. The things that you believe will either serve you or they will destroy you on your path to wherever you want to go. And so you need to be able to rewire your beliefs in order to change your life. And yes, it only comes down to action. Like, the only way you'll make all this money is by doing the work and showing up and getting leads and getting appointment, like doing all that stuff, right? That's how you build a business. But without the proper beliefs in place, you'll self-sabotage yourself. You feel like you aren't worthy for the level that you're trying to get to, and you'll figure out a way to just fuck it all up. Just straight to the point. Okay? And so I'll give you an example. One belief I had since I was a child, my grandparents, they're Cuban. I don't know if you have Cuban grandparents, but Cuban grandparents are very, very frugal. We'll call it frugal. Just pinching pennies, looking for coupons and sales. All these different beliefs that I was kind of instilled on, that, money's scarce, money's tight. And it wasn't until I rewired my brain and I just told myself every day, money's abundant. Money flows to me. I acquire money easily. And I believe that every single day. I have it written down. I make money easily. It's easy to make money. And I believe that now. And it serves me because it comes to me easily now. This is an example of a belief that serves me, not destroys me. If you believe that it's hard to make money, that belief will destroy you because you'll find, what is it? You'll get what you're looking for, right? So if you believe it's hard to make money, guess what? It's going to be hard for you, man. If you believe we're in a recession, guess what? You're in a recession. If you believe nobody has the money to pay you, guess what? Nobody will have it. Some other people, maybe you think making money is a bad thing. Maybe you're a Christian. Maybe you're like, it's a bad thing to make money. Making money is evil because of this one Bible verse that I nitpick out. It's like, dude, you'll never make it. And I completely disagree with that. It's a great thing to make money in an ethical way when you serve people. okay? So we'll get into that later. But this is an example of a belief that serves me. You need to audit what are the beliefs that serve you and what are those little sneaky beliefs in the back of your head that are actually destroying you. You start there. That's the first thing you got to start with. The second thing to change your life is a habit change. This is extremely funny to me because I never thought I'd be talking about this, but you probably see those red pill guys that talk about meditation, cold plunging, journaling, waking up at 4 a.m. You know those types of guys. I used to think they were full of crap. I never followed it myself for the longest time, even when I started making money. But I realize now the reason that I thought they were full of crap was because I thought they were saying you need to meditate or you need to journal or you need to do these, things that don't give you any results because that's what's going to make you money. That will never, ever make you money directly. The self-improvement stuff will never make you money directly. The work is what makes you money, but those self-improvement things, not all of them, just pick a couple of them, will help give you headspace. Because one of the biggest things I've realized after making hundreds of thousands of dollars online is that ideas are the fuel to your business. And it comes in this pattern. You have an idea, and then you end up taking action on that idea. The action you took on that idea will lead to some type of result, positive or negative. And then from that result, you're going to either iterate to either do more of it or change it and fix it to do it better to make it work. And it's just like this rinse and repeat cycle where you get a new idea, you put it into action, you get a result from it, and then you iterate based on that result. And the best entrepreneurs that I know are able to use this process in a very efficient and speedful manner, I guess you could call it. The people that get the best results move the fastest. And so these people that are making millions of dollars, they're able to come up with an idea, get to action on it right away, get the result from that action instantly, and be able to iterate faster than that to make the idea actually work or to do more of it. This made me understand that ideas are the fuel to your business. And everything in your business starts with an idea. And we are living in a day and age where we are all scrolling on Reels. We are all watching TikTok. We're all spending time on YouTube videos. And the downside to this is that we don't have time to think freely. And I've actually done this. I got this from Dan Koe. If you've seen Dan Koe, he loves to go on walks, right? And I'm like, dude, I can't tell you the last time I went on a damn walk. And so I started incorporating it into my daily life. And now I go on a couple of walks a day. I take, my dog out. I have a little bulldog, pop him up right here. We go on walks together. And I've actually found that walking serves me very well. Because when I'm walking, I'm not on my phone. And when I'm walking, I'm just thinking. And when I'm walking, it just so happens that I get the best ideas that I go and take action on in my business. The same way, maybe like you'll find this even if you don't go on walks, when you're in the shower or when you put your phone down and you're ready to go to sleep and you don't have any distractions, your eyes are closed. Those are typically when you get the best ideas. Imagine if you had an extra hour, 2 hours a day of getting those ideas. You'd be able to put them into action, get a result, and iterate even faster. So there's definitely two sides to the spectrum when it comes to habit change. A lot of successful people I know, they don't limit themselves. Like they're not like these monks. Like they're not in monk mode. They're going out, they're having drinks on the weekend. They're sometimes staying up late. They're sometimes watching Instagram reels, but they have habits that help them clear their headspace and be able to fuel ideas for their business. Okay. So I'm not on one side where lock yourself in the room for 12 months. And I'm not on the other side where you can just be lazy, play video games all day and smoke weed. I'm somewhere in the middle where I do think a balance is actually healthy. And that's kind of how I run my business. But understand that you do need to change your habits in some sense to be able to let this idea generation come into your life where you could then take action on it, get a result, and iterate. Now, the most important change that you need to make into your life and business. You ready for this one? A lot of people don't like this one. This is called action change. If you haven't gotten to where you want to go, if you're not at where you want to be right now, that means that you can't keep doing the same things that you're doing. I'll repeat that in a better way. If you want to get somewhere, which means it's not where you currently are, you have to change what you're doing now. If not, share the definition of insanity, right? You keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So this is the tangible one. We went over beliefs. We went over habits. Now that we changed our beliefs, We understand that we need habits to spark this idea flow into our business and allow us to take action. It's time to take action. And most of society, like you pick someone damn off the street, they're taking action on the wrong things. Action or hard work alone will not get you rich. My first ever job was working at a supplement store, and I was working for 8 to 10 hours a day, standing up all day, selling to customers and showing them products. And I was working harder there than I am now, where I only work about 4 hours a day of actual deep work. So action alone or hard work alone will definitely not get you to where you want to go. And if you've been doing that now, and maybe you've been like trying to grow your business and you're doing cold calls, you're DMing people, or you're going to events, like whatever it is that you're doing right now, if it's not working, it's because you're taking action on the wrong thing. So here's your answer. The thing that you need to take action on is the thing that will provide you with the biggest amount of leverage. If you give me a place to stand and a lever long enough, I will move the world. You need a lever. You need leverage in order to increase the speed at which you acquire money. I read somewhere that if you make minimum wage for like 40 years, you'll make $1 million. So that person will be a millionaire in 40 years, but they're considered poor because they're making minimum wage. Versus somebody else will make $1 million in a month or in a year, and they're considered rich, right? And so the only difference, the variable, is the velocity and the speed at which the money is acquired. And the only way to increase that is to increase the lever and leverage you have to acquire money faster, right? And so I'll give you like a tactical example here. Let's say that maybe you're running some type of service-based business and you're doing like cold calling or cold DMing or some form of cold outreach, a one-to-one interaction. Maybe you're running ads or doing something like that to grow your business. That is a one-to-one lever. It has no leverage. You need to sit down and have a conversation with this person in order to potentially get an outcome from that conversation. And so what you need to understand is that if you could pull a lever where you don't need to have a conversation with this person and then that person and then that person and then the next person, where you could just have a conversation one time and have 1,000 people listen to it, that's leverage. That's media. That's content. That's books. That's audio books and podcasts. That's the highest form of leverage. And Naval Ravikant talks about the 4 forms of leverage. You have the leverage of code, which is software, which you need a ton of money and engineers to build. You have the leverage of labor, which is hiring a bunch of people, which also requires a ton of money. You have the leverage of capital, which requires money to invest your money to make more. And you have the final lever, which is media, which is free. It's making content because it's a lever where you could make it one time. I could spend 20, 30 minutes right now making this YouTube video and it could be seen by 1 million people. That's how leveraged media is. And like, I remember I used to make fun of people that made content back in the day. Like, oh, you're a content creator? Like, what a loser you are, right? And now I'm here freaking, making reels and YouTube videos. And honestly, I do it because it makes me a lot of money and I'm able to get my voice heard by not millions of people yet, but hundreds, thousands. And so you can do the same exact thing. That's the whole reason I'm telling you this, is because you could utilize the damn leverage of media to get your voice, get your message heard. And when your message is heard, you'll start to make money. It's not the best product that wins, it's the most known. And so if nobody knows you right now, that's probably why you're not making money. If you're not creating and sharing your knowledge or experiences in media, you're missing out on one of the biggest levers of our time. This is a quote by Naval. Obviously, you could tell I'm studying him. I'm reading his book, The Almanac of Naval Ravikant. And he talks about this, how you need to create and share your knowledge via media. And a lot of the questions I get in my DMs sometimes is people saying, well, I don't know what to share. What skill do I show people? What am I even passionate about? And the way that I kind of think through this process is understanding that it doesn't matter what you sell. There are typically 3 eternal markets that your thing will fit into. You have health, you have wealth, and you have relationships. Everything falls into one of these 3 categories. And so you just need to be able to pick one of these and structure your business around it. And the way you want to do this is you want to intertwine your passion and your interests with a problem that you've solved for yourself or for somebody else. And that's how you develop your niche. Maybe it's in wealth. Maybe you've made money somewhere and you want to teach people how to do that. Maybe it's in health. Maybe you went from fat to jacked. That's a transformation that you could help people in the health sector. Maybe it's relationships. Maybe you're just a stud that gets with a ton of girls. That's something a lot of men are struggling with, right? So I have a whole separate video about this that you can check out. I'll link it somewhere around here in terms of actually developing your niche and being able to craft an offer and get started with this stuff. But the point is that you want to share something that you'd even be comfortable not getting paid for. Like really, you need to actually find the thing that you love. It sounds corny, but the reason most people can't stick to one thing for a year straight is just because they're doing something for the money. And you see a lot of gurus online selling people like a new business model. Oh, you have to go do like this new thing over here, right? And then maybe you buy a course and you go do this new thing and then you end up quitting after a couple of months. Why does that happen to people? It's because they go into it with the wrong intention. They go into it thinking it's a get rich quick program. They go into it thinking that they're just in it to make money. You don't just make money because you want to make money. You make money because you serve people. And people need to be able to tell that you have the right intentions to serve them. And so when I sit here and I talk into a camera like I've done over 100 times, people over time can understand that I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it to serve people. I'm playing a decade game where I'm trying to transform people's lives. And that's why I sign clients. And I went on a little bit of a rant here, but hopefully you understand the point that I'm getting at, because you need to understand this damn point. That there at the end was my little rant, okay? But you need to understand that to change your life, to enter what I call this year zero, this year of transformation, this year where you become unrecognizable, it comes down to 3 simple things. Number 1, a belief change. Audit your beliefs. What are the beliefs that are destroying you? If you have any belief destroying you, your view on society, your view on money, your view on entrepreneurship, your view on taking risk, your view on hiring mentor and investing into yourself, these are things that will destroy you. You need to eliminate them as fast as possible and replace them with an empowering belief that actually serves you. You start there. I just flicked you off. The second thing after beliefs is habit change, right? You need to fix your habits. What do? Listen, I play video games. I smoke cigars. I drink on the weekends. I'm not perfect, but I do have habits that serve me. I wake up relatively early. I get 3 hours to 4 hours of deep work done every single day, no matter what, first thing in the day. I have a certain set of habits that I've used and developed. I go to the gym very frequently, right? I have a clean diet. These are things that serve me, right? And so you change your habits, you change your beliefs, and ultimately you change your action. And if you aren't where you want to be, it's because you're doing something that's not going to get you there. You need to change your action. And I'm telling you, I will repeat it forever. The thing that's going to change your life is media. It's building a brand. It's talking about something that you love and a problem that you've solved for yourself. That is how you're going to get wealthy. That's how I'm going to get wealthy. That's how we're all going to make it. Okay. And that's the action change that you need to take. If you stick with this for 12 months, my friend, I promise you that your life will change. The hardest part is actually sticking with it. And that's the thing that most people can't do. So if you're able to do that, you're probably going to be the 1%. You'll probably become unrecognizable. And I'll probably be meeting you here soon in Miami. So I really hope you got value out of this video. If you did, I'd love if you could subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to grow the message and spread the word. And so if you got value, subscribe and check out another video right here that provides even more freaking value for you.